Hi there, you're highly welcome to this class, highly blessed learners. We want to continue our studies on the phonological processes in English language, and particularly today on coalescence. Coalescence is yet another very important phonological process that every English student who wants to be proficient in the oral English must know. Coalescence is a phonological process in which two adjacent sounds combine to form a single sound that has the features of the two original sounds. This is to say that the previous sound will not be heard and the second sound will not be heard. Now, what do I mean by two adjacent sounds? That is, the last sound in the first word will combine or merge with the first sound in the next word. And then the two sounds will form a single new sound. All right, so we have different situations that this particular phonological process can occur in English expression. And note, phonological processes are often heard in connected speeches. All right, so let's consider what we have under coalescence, a phonological process. Now, the first thing I'd like us to consider is typical patterns of coalescence. Coalescence is normally formed when we have an alveolar sound at the end of a word, and then in the next word, and then the next word begins with a palatal sound. Examples of alveolar sounds are T, D, S, and Z. Any of the four alveolar sounds, when we have it at the end of a word and the next word or the following word begins with the Y sound, which is a palatal sound, the two sounds will combine and form a new sound, a single new sound. Okay, a typical example is the combination of T and Y, D and Y, Y, Z, Y. Now, the combination of T plus Y will give us Ch, which is a palato-alveolar sound, as in got you. In connected speech, you have got you. Then D plus Y will give us J, as in would you, would you, would you. Again, S plus Y will give us sh, as in this year, this year. We have also Z plus Y will give us Z, Z, the voice form of this, as in as you. All right, so now let's look deeply into the process of illustrating coalescence by feature. We want to consider the feature and also more examples of this particular phonological process. Okay, so the first one is a combination of alveolar plus palatal glide to give us palato-alveolar affricate. What do we mean by alveolar sounds? Sounds produced with the help of alveolar roots. Then palatal, sounds produced with the help of the roof of the mouth. So when we have an alveolar sound, that is the sound produced with the help of the alveolar roots at the end of a word, and then the succeeding word or the next word begins with a palatal sound, a palatal glide, which is the Y sound. The two sounds, the alveolar sound and the palatal sound, will combine to give us palato-alveolar affricates. We have two palato-alveolar affricates in English language, and we are going to see them here. Ranges from ch. So when you have T, which is an alveolar sound, at the end of the first word, then the next word begins with Y, which is a palatal sound. The T and Y will combine to give us Ch in connected speech. When you speak fast, you are going to realize this. So I want to give you an example of that. We have the word don't and you. Don't ends in T, whereas you begins with Y. Hence, the last sound here and this will give us don't you. But if you want to pronounce these words carefully, in careful pronunciation, you are going to have don't you. But in connected speech, you are going to have don't you. That's why we have this as the normal transcription of the two words, but in connected speeches, this is what we have. And this is where we have a phonological process known as coalescence. So this is the coalesced form, don't you. We can use that in a statement. Don't you like it? Don't you like it? All right. Again, can't you? Can't you ends with t, and then you begins with the y sound. Hence, these two will made to give us the ch sound, as in can't you? Can't you see? Can't you see? We have also won't you. Won't you? Won't ends with T sound, whereas you begins with the Y sound. Hence, T and Y you combine to give us Ch. That's how we have won't you instead of won't you in connected speech. A typical example of that is won't you stay? Won't you stay? Won't you stay? We have to instead of won't you. All right. So again, we can have the voiced alveolar sound d, d, sound produced with the help of the alveolar root, and then a palatal sound. When you have this at syllabic junction or in connected speech, this is the last sound in the first word, and this begins the next word. They will made to give us j, as in did you, did you. So d and j will give us j. So we have did you, as in did you go, would and you, would you will give us would you, would you, would you mind, would you mind, should and you, d and y will give us should you. So should you in careful pronunciation. But in the coalesced form we have should you. Should you wish? Should you wish? Moreover, let's consider the other part of it, alveolar fricative plus palatal glide. So the alveolar fricative is either s or z. That's the voiceless form or the voiced form. So when we have that at any of the two at the end of a word, and the following word begins with the y sound, we are going to have coalesced form, as the two sounds were made to give us a new sound, a single new sound. Okay, a typical example is the combination of s and y to have sh, as in bless and you, bless you. That is in slow speech, but in connected speech you have bless you, bless you. That is s and yeah, you combine to give us sh. So press your, press your, you give us pressure, pressure, press your shirt. We have also this year, yeah, combined to give us sh. So we have this year. This year has been hard. In connected speech, you have this sh in place of s and j. Again, we have the voiced form of the alveolar fricative sound. That is z. When z is combined with y, we have the j sound. That is the voiced form of the sh sound. such that we have as you turned into as you. As you know, was your, turned into was your, as in was your day, as your, turns into azure, as in as your car, as your car, as your car. So you can agree with me that this sound merges with this to give us this. So this is the coalesced form, whereas this is the normal transcription of the two words. We have azure, as your, to give us azure, was your, to give us was your, as you, to give us as you. Same thing applicable to this year, to give us this year. Pressure, pressure, to give us pressure. Bless you, to give us bless you. All right, so this is a typical example of coalescence, which is a phonological process. We have so many phonological processes which are often heard in connected speeches. If you articulate sounds independently, you are not going to realize this. You are not going to find all this. But when you use sounds in connected speeches together, there will be influence of one sound on the other. So sometimes, for instance, in the case of assimilation, the preceding sound can influence the next sound. Sometimes the succeeding sound can influence the previous sound. But when it comes to coalescence, the two sounds you made to bring forth a new sound that has the features of both original sounds. So this is what we mean by coalescence when it comes to phonological processes. I want to believe you've learned something from this video. Please do well to subscribe to this channel, like this video, share it so that others can learn from it. There are so many coursemate of yours for those in higher institutions that are in need of tutorials like this. Do me the favor of sharing this to them so that they can also benefit from this. I remain your very own teacher Dixon.